Hi, I'm Angela Howard, host of Eye on Cequent, a program aimed at giving you a look inside Cequent Americas, the leading manufacturer of towing products and accessories in the Western Hemisphere. Today, we're going to dive right in with a man who loves the outdoors and makes his living as a professional bass fisherman. We're talking, of course, about Fulton angler Brent Chapman.
All right, Mason, you got a trout here. Let's see, a good one.
Jeez.
Oh, just hold your rod up. Look at that. Wow. Holy cow.
You know, I remember one weekend in particular, we were down at Melbourne Lake in central Kansas on a camping trip, and we'd been out fishing, and we came to the local marina to get some snacks and some sodas and stuff, and I remember seeing a bass club there having a weigh-in, and I was just in awe of, how cool it was that they were bringing in what seemed like big bags of bass, and these guys were actually competing for money. And lo and behold, 30-some years later, here it's what I get to do for a living.
He's going to try to make a run at the top 12. Two, we need 13.6. Bam! 16 pounds, 3 ounces, top 5 right now for Brent Chapman.
It's such an adrenaline rush. After having a great day, you know you've made the cut. It's such a relief to know that you're fishing for another day or you're bringing home that title. Part of being a professional bass fisherman is aligning ourselves with companies that we believe in and giving us the confidence in those products that we work with. And with Fulton, that's definitely what I get. Whether I'm out on the tournament trail or even spending time with my family, I want to have the best equipment out there, and with Fulton, I've got that.
Next up, a trip to the Recreational Vehicle and Manufactured Home Hall of Fame and Museum, which houses some of the oldest RVs in the world. Walking into the RVMH Museum is like stepping back in time, with the first RV you see dating back to 1913. It's obviously a bit worn and much smaller than many of the RVs you see on the road today, but there is one theme that's remained constant through the decades.
I think when you, as you enter the museum and you see the very first unit that's 102 years old now, and you think the people that were using that the lifestyle was pretty much the same as the people using these big rigs with 4 or 5 slide outs on them today.
For more than 3 years now, Daryl Sear has been at the helm of the RVMH Hall of Fame and Museum, but his time in the RV industry as a whole has spanned his entire career. So when the museum was in trouble a few years back, Sear stepped in to help.
Trying to overcome those financial problems and to put something back into the industry where I made my livelihood was that challenge, I think, is what brought me back here, and the fact that it would be a shame and a black eye to both the recreational vehicle and the manufactured housing industry had the Hall of Fame failed. It would have been a huge black eye. And I said, we just can't let that happen.
During his tenure, Sear has helped the RVMH Hall of Fame and Museum reduce its debt from $5.5 million to under $1.5 million. And he doesn't take a dime for the work he puts in. Yet he and the other volunteers and employees make sure everything is in tip-top shape. As you stroll down the painted road of the museum, everything has a place. You can see this manual triple slide out from 1916, the changes in shapes and styles of the trailers throughout the years, and even this 1931 house car that Paramount Studios used to lure Mae West away from the vaudeville circuit.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Everybody's told me that I should come here, and finally just had a chance to come here, and it's gorgeous. Lots and lots of neat stuff.
I enjoy seeing the travel trailers like we had when I was a kid growing up, but then also the older models. They have a lot of neat older ones that I never would have expected to see.
They're all familiar with Reese. It's kind of a wow factor in the whole museum. The one thing that I have done many, many times is as people are about to leave, I'll say, well, did you enjoy your visit? And it's always, wow, this is wonderful, this is beautiful.
But Daryl says they are not done improving the facility. In fact, he has big plans for the future.
The land you see out here to the east will be developed where we'll have rallies, we'll have a pavilion, we may even have an amphitheater out there, and sometime probably yet in this decade. So we have some great plans to expand what we already have here.
Finally today, you may have noticed at the beginning of this episode that the name of our company has changed. That's because Cequent Performance Products and its sister company, Cequent Consumer Products, have recently merged to form Cequent Americas. This new company, along with Cequent Appia, were spun off from their former parent company Trimass and are now part of a new parent company, Horizon Global Corporation. In this next piece, Horizon CEO Mark Zafiro discusses the history of some of the company's products and the reason for choosing Horizon Global as the name.
One of our brands goes back to 1855. Other of our brands are well over 100 years old. These are companies that we're fortunate to actually become part of Horizon Global that have built markets. So that legacy of making products that defined new markets and then connecting with customers in a way that had never happened before is who we are as a company. It's definitional. The purpose of Horizon and the products that we build are enriching lives. It's about connecting with users of the product, the creation of that environment, the perfection of a broom. It's one thing to say that you're enjoying your life. It's another thing to say you're experiencing it. That's what it's all about. The reason why we're called Horizon Global is because we will anticipate what's on the horizon. And the entire foundation it's built upon is having the right brands, the right products available for the consumers and customers at the right time.
That's it for this episode of Ion Cequent. Join us next month when we take a look at some of the unique places in which Cequent's products are used. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.